It's day one of increased passenger capacity in public transportation. However, some commuters are worried about catching COVID-19 with more passengers on board. The OCTA research group is optimistic that the country will not hit 3 million total COVID-19 cases, at least for this year. OCTA says cases in Metro Manila are back to pre-Delta surge levels. The number of unemployed Filipinos rose in September, majority from the agriculture and manufacturing sector. And in sports, Pinay golfer Yuka Saso has confirmed her decision to acquire Japanese citizenship. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. More and more passengers are now allowed in public transportation starting today. But some commuters are fearing the higher risk of transmission while traveling with more passengers. JC Cosico with the story.
Long lines welcomed commuters at the Monumento station of the EDSA bus carousel on Thursday morning. The queue stretched from the footbridge up to the other side of the road. Passenger capacity in PUVs has been increased to 70% starting today. Standing inside the bus will not be allowed. Meanwhile, some jeepneys were already overloading on the first day of implementation.
70% pinayagan sila, kaya lang nandun sa loob, meron pa nakaupo sa gitna ng jeep.
Some drivers were confused as to how much passengers they can accommodate.
Tinatanong ko sila kung ano po ba talaga yung exact na may sakay namin para hindi naman po kami ganito. Hindi kasi pa alam 70%, hindi ko pa alam kung ilan po yung 70% po eh.
Based on guidelines, a 20-seater traditional jeepney can only accommodate up to 15 passengers, while 14-seater ones can carry up to 11 passengers. IAC said they won't apprehend violators for now.
So kinakausap po namin yung mga driver na pagtulong-tulungan natin to na wag na pong umakyat. Kasi po kung aakyat ulit ang bilang ng COVID, babalik po ulit tayo niya sa 50%.
Apart from increased capacity, jeepneys are also no longer required to install plastic barriers. But some drivers opted not to remove theirs.
Mahirap din, mga talong magkahawahan.
Meanwhile, the MRT-3 can now accommodate up to 827 passengers per train set, from the usual 372 passengers. Other commuters frequently riding the MRT are now fearing for their safety.
Nag-MRT ako today kasi tumataas nga yung presyo ng gasolina.
Okay.
So, pinipili ko. Pero kung ganun, magkakar ulit ako.
The MRT management assures the public that train sets are regularly disinfected. Aside from Metro Manila, the 70% maximum capacity in public transport is also being implemented in nearby provinces like Laguna, Cavite, Rizal, and Bulacan. This will be implemented for a month. The government will then assess if the cap can be relaxed further to pre-pandemic levels. For News 5, JC Cosico, we are One News.
And the OCTA research group reports that COVID-19 cases in Metro Manila are now back to pre-Delta surge levels. In an online forum, research fellow Guido David said cases in the region are now average around 600 per day. Because of that, David says the country's total caseload may not even hit the 3 million mark this year. David says this is because of declining cases in the NCR and other areas, as well as the continuous vaccination rollout.
Essentially, we have reversed the Delta surge already in the NCR. We are back to where we were before the surge in July.
Wow.
The good news is not just in the NCR. If we look at the other areas,
Let's check in on some election-related stories we're watching today. Senators Ping Lacson and Sotto are now reconsidering their stand on the death penalty. The tandem says they fear sending an innocent person to his death. Both senators previously authored bills seeking to reinstate the death penalty. The two are now in support of prison reforms instead. Albay Representative Joey Salcedo reveals that Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte may still make a last-minute bid for the presidency. Salcedo told 1PH that Mayor Sara is in talks with different people to finalize a possible presidential bid. Meanwhile, presidential aspirant and Senator Manny Pacquiao says he has no plans to team up with Vice President Leni Robredo. Pacquiao insists that his decision to run as president is final. We'll be back with more stories after this quick break. Stay with us here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. More people are now expected to flock to malls as the Christmas season nears. Let's check in on the situation on the ground with Laila Pangilinan, who joins us live from San Juan City. Laila, I guess you're in Greenhills Shopping Center. How are preparations there ahead of the Christmas rush?
Okay. So we'd like to
Yeah, Sean, the Changi and other stalls here at the Greenhills Mall is already set for longer operation hours. This after malls are now allowed to operate longer hours until 11 p.m. after the lifting of the unified curfew.
the IPWG.
Shoppers and stall owners here in Greenhills welcome the longer operation hours. Businesses have been picking up since NCR was downgraded to alert level 3. Customers have to fill out a health declaration form upon entry to the Greenhills Mall. Inside, we can see that there are spaces between stalls since only 30% capacity is allowed. From 1,700, 1,300 stalls remained. Only up to 2 salespersons are allowed at each stall to be able to observe physical distancing. Visitors may check out the night market or outdoor Changi, and the opening of the night market is a tradition here in Greenhills to mark the start of the holiday season. An online fundraising event dubbed the Christmas with the Stars will be held for a workers group. Right, so now, Sean, this is what's happening here. We've just officially opened the night market, and as you can see, there are lots of food stalls for alfresco dining, fit for the 50% capacity. We also have Kuya Guard right here. With me, reminding everybody of physical distancing. Thank you, Kuya. And of course, we have food trucks here, so everybody will be full and happy tummy at the night market. Night market is from 4 p.m. until 11 p.m. until January 7th. And mall hours, that hasn't been changed yet, is up to 10 in the evening. That's the latest here, Sean. Back to you.
All right, thank you for giving me weekend ideas and those updates. Laila Pangilinan reporting to us live from San Juan City. Enjoy over there, Laila. Olympic golfer Yuka Saso says she is still proud of her dual heritage after choosing to acquire Japanese citizenship. In a statement, Saso thanked both her Filipino and Japanese fans for their support and for respecting her decision. Under Japanese law, dual citizens like Saso have to select their nationality before the age of 22. Saso made history as the first Pinay golf major winner during the 2021 U.S. Women's Open. Let's take a quick look at today's other top stories. The country's unemployment rate rose to 8.9% in September, the highest so far this year. Agriculture and manufacturing were among the 5 sectors which posted the biggest jump in unemployment for the month of September. And for the third time, the Commission on Elections has declared a failure of bidding for election supplies. The poll body first announced the bidding last May, but has yet to receive any bids for the items, which include iButtons and adapters. The COMELEC will be conducting another mandatory review for the 217 million peso contract. And the Oxford English Dictionary has chosen vax as the word of the year. Vax is a shortened term for vaccination. The use of words related to vaccines have increased this year as countries started their respective COVID-19 inoculation programs. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.